you so much for this day. Today you would give me the wisdom and the decision-making abilities, Lord, to be able to continue to strive to impact 2,000 students' lives in the high-performance training program. I pray that you would just lead me today in full surrender, God. I pray all of these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Yo, it's so good to see you. Hey, if you're new to this channel, my name is Richard. I'm an entrepreneur as well as a high performance coach. And I'm so glad that you're here with me today because I'm actually gonna be starting a new series over the next 7 weeks. This is gonna be a week in the life of a 21-year-old entrepreneur because I realized after reflecting over the past few years of my life that my life is completely transformed in just a short few years. 2-3 years back, I was a UCLA student studying biology, and I know I didn't want to be a doctor. I was just following the path, the course that everyone had laid out for me and the societal expectations that my parents had set on me, and I want to be a doctor that way. But after making a turn, really leaning on God's plan for me, I went abroad to England. I had a transformative experience. I met the owner of Gymshark. He gave me extremely insane advice. That launched me into this world of entrepreneurship that I've been in for the past 2.5-3 years now. And this summer, a couple months out of graduation from UCLA, I am currently in the process of building a 7-figure business that's going to impact over 2,000 people's lives in regards to high performance. And so as I'm on this journey, I just wanted to document it because number one, I want to give value to you. I want to show you all the things that I'm learning along this journey. And number two, I also want to be able to experience and remember this journey that I've been experiencing and how God has clearly been working in my life. And I want that to be a testimony that hopefully encourages you. And so over the course of the next few weeks, I'm going to be filming a week in the life. And every single week, I'm going to do either Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and all of these are going to be day in the life videos. Today is Tuesday, so today is going to be Tuesday's day in the life of an entrepreneur. And so sit back, relax. I hope you get lots of value from this video, and let's start making some breakfast. Let's go.
Wanna get you one more time. I really wanna cross the line. I do it all before I die. I wanna get it on tonight. I wanna get you one more time. I really wanna cross the line. I wanna get you one more time, one more time, one more time, one more time. I want it one more time.
So it is currently 11 a.m. sharp right now, 2 minutes before 11 a.m. and I actually have a meeting coming up, very exciting meeting. But before I jump into this one, I just want to let you know about my current day schedule. So every single day I wake up at 5 a.m. and my first morning block, my first deep work session is from 6 to 8 a.m. and then I break that up with a quick breakfast. And then following right after that, I do another deep work session from 8:30 all the way to 10:30, 11. And during this time, I pretty much have no distractions. There's no email, no text messages, no phone. And the reason why is I want to reserve the most precious hours, the most precious moments of my day to working on the hardest tasks. And so I try to delay all my meetings, all my messages, all my emails to either late morning or afternoon, which is why I'm jumping in right now with my CEO. And what's really exciting is I'm the chief of operations of the company that I'm working with, and my CEO actually hired a Navy SEAL to come in and teach on leadership and operational training. And so I'm really excited. His name is Larry. I met him one time at an event with Dan Locke about a year ago. We're gonna jump into this operations meeting right now, be mentored by a Navy SEAL. Really excited to learn because I'm very inspired. So let's jump into this meeting. Hey Larry, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, man.
As a group, be able to see and visualize what's going on, and depending on how detailed the map. Coolest part about being able to do this when it comes to the digital side of like doing it digitally is to even drawing it on a whiteboard.
Wow, so I just had an absolutely incredible coaching call. Because Larry comes from a military background, he was able to take a lot of those leadership concepts of also documenting and having extreme attention to detail. And he's been able to transfer that into his business consulting as well as his operations role. And when he came into our business, he was able to look at my role as the chief of operations and see that a lot of our systems and documentation of the SOPs are not fully dialed in. An SOP is a standard operating procedure. So if you think about any of the team members that I might lead or manage, every single one of them has a task, and it could be a weekly recurring task or it could be a new project. Who are the ones who are following up with them? How do you follow up on these tasks? When they finish a task, how do you have ramifications for whether they do a good job or a bad job? All these things have to be documented, and we clearly miss that. And I'm being challenged. I'm definitely a little overwhelmed right now, but we all know overwhelm is what leads to growth. And so I'm being challenged to take my operations to the next level of my game. And what an amazing coaching call. I gotta get back to work and then jump into lunch. So come on, let's go. does that salad look? Right. Pretty much have the same salad every single day. Apples, grapes, chicken, salad leaves, olive oil, and balsamic vinegar. Keep it simple, keep it light. I don't like to eat a lot during breakfast or lunch because when I keep the carbs down, when I really keep the food down in my stomach, that allows me to blast through my mental work, which requires a lot of brain power up here, and digestion takes all that blood away from your head and brings it down to your stomach. So keep the food light, jump on this lunch, and then got a couple more hours of work before we end the day. So come on, let's get back to work. First time coming outside and whoo, it is hot and humid. Wow, Toronto summer is finally full blown in. Mike just got in. We are doing some pads today, should be fun. Let's get it.
And I've been chilling, watching the ocean with you. Baby up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our clouds when people change, but not us. And we just chilling, kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but when...
Oh boy, we just finished warm-ups and I'm already a pool of sweat. Let's get this pads going. Let's do it. Amazing pad session. One of the things I love the most about training with Mike is, man, it's so incredible to have someone who is pushing you. When I was a wrestler, I wrestled back in high school at a very competitive level. One of the best things was always just getting beaten up, always pushed by an older wrestler. When I was a first year, I had my team captain, Koza, who was a senior, and he kept on pushing me day by day, always being more aggressive, pushing me, challenging me to keep growing. And regardless of what you're doing, whether it's physical training, whether it's your academics, whether it's your business, just make sure you have a mentor. You have a leader who is pushing you every single day to become the best version of you. So at this point, it's 4 p.m. in the afternoon, and typically around this time, rice is already cooking. I'm getting ready for dinner because I typically eat dinner around 4:30 to 5:30. I like to eat dinner early so that I can go to bed earlier, because you always want to have a 3-hour window between the time you eat and the time you go to bed. That way you don't have any gastric reflux or heartburn, right? I'm gonna go ahead and crush a couple minutes of work here while the rice is cooking, and then we're gonna go ahead and have some dinner. So I'll see you in a little bit.
Like a bass guitar, simmer down and mess me up, tripping like I'm Jim.
So it's 5:30 p.m., currently dinner time, and today is a very special meal. Once a week I always try to get salmon because salmon has a lot of very healthy nutrients in there. Seafood, come on, you can't go wrong with seafood. And so crushing salmon here, I have my micronutrients, cauliflower, broccoli, carrots, and I also have a little bit of sriracha because I found out that salt and pepper on salmon with sriracha actually tastes really good. Today's actually gonna be kind of unique. This is something I don't show on video very often, like listening to a podcast like Born to Impact to keep me in an elevated state. When you're done with this video, I'll put an episode link down below. If you haven't listened to it, best podcast ever. But when I'm not listening to a podcast to keep me in an elevated state, I actually very often am journaling and planning out business strategy. I've mentioned this a few times, but if you don't know, the reason why I'm an entrepreneur is because I have a product, right? An information product called the High Performance Training Program. It's a paid coaching program in which I help entrepreneurs, students, working professionals who are very driven get to the next level of their performance. And this program, in my goal in 2020, is to take it to over 2,000 students, because that means I'm changing 2,000 students' lives. And then in addition to that, that also means I cross the 7-figure mark. And when I cross $1 million in my business, I'm really praying, I'm believing for this. I believe God will honor this. I want to donate over $100,000 over to a massive charity project in the Philippines, because a couple of my team members are in the Philippines, and the Philippines is really on my heart. That's what I'm going to do right now. Enjoy this beautiful meal. I'll see you in a little bit. Did you have a chance to connect with Amber? Awesome. All right. Well, I'll have to check that and take a look. So I just had my final meeting of the day at 6 p.m. in the evening now. My last hour of work before I go ahead and wrap it up. But you might be wondering, Richard, why do you push your meetings all the way to the very end? Here's the reason why. Meetings don't take a lot of brain power, right? Oftentimes meetings is just for communication. And did your business make more money, or did you create a new solution to make more money and impact more people? Because if you didn't, gotta be honest with yourself, the meeting wasn't that effective. If I can communicate them on Slack, on a messenger platform, without having to jump on a call to solve the problem, then by all means, we'll keep it to that. So, gonna leave you with that and jump on this last hour of work, and I'll catch you in a little bit. So I just finished my work for the day. It is 6:50 p.m., so 10 minutes before my hard stop at 7. And actually right now, you didn't expect this, but I want to do the 1-minute shot clock, and this is where I answer one of your questions. And so if you have a high performance question, go ahead and drop it down below with high performance question and type that, drop in the comments, and I'd be happy to pick you on an upcoming video. And this question I actually have on my computer screen here. This is from Rita Sousa, and the question here is high performance question: how do I stop comparing my life to other people's, right? And Rita, I'm so glad you asked this. Can you just type that comment was relatable if anyone can relate to what Rita asked? Because I know this is definitely something that I've struggled with in the past. The first piece of advice I'd like to give to you, Rita, that a mentor told me is you don't want to compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20, right? When I look at a business mentor, I look at someone that I look up to, it's really easy to just look at their physical outcome and then look at myself because I'm just getting started in business 2-3 years out in my entrepreneurial journey, right? You can't possibly compare because it's two completely separate things. Rita, the second thing I want to give you is you gotta understand that comparison truly doesn't make sense in the context of God. I'm a Christian, so I'm gonna share a little bit with my faith, right? Because God has clearly, perfectly made every single individual in the image of God, which means that the life that you're currently living, where you're at right now, is exactly where God has called you to be, and it is your responsibility to be responsible and faithful with what God has given you already, right? And if you're not responsible with what you've been given, how can you expect God to give you more? So don't compare, run your own race, put those blinders on, and stay absolutely focused, right? Now Rita, I hope that answers your question. For everyone else, I just wanted to let you know that this is a big thing when it comes to mindset. I have a high performance training program. This is something you already know that I have, right? It's an 8-week coaching program, and the first thing we cover on top of time management, productivity, is actually mindset. Because if we're not strong here, then we're not strong anywhere else, right? And so this coming Saturday, I'm actually going to be hosting a live high performance masterclass that's going to show you how to double your productivity while shaving off 12.5 hours of your work week. So if you want to join that masterclass, just click that first link down below in the description, and that's going to take you to the registration page where you can go ahead and get signed up, and I'll see you in that masterclass, right? And so I really hope that this video today just gave you a good look into what my entrepreneurial life is like, because over the next couple weeks, I'm going to make more videos on this, right? Today is Tuesday, the next video is going to be Wednesday, and so on and so forth. And the whole point is not really to just show you how flashy this lifestyle is, because it's really not, right? I live a very frugal lifestyle as an entrepreneur. Every single day, I'm just focusing on the consistent, boring things, right? And I just want to encourage you, look, wherever you are, whether you're an entrepreneur, you're further ahead than me, or you're an aspiring entrepreneur, or maybe you're a student right now, hustling and grinding, right? Wherever you are, stay focused on those boring things, because it's those boring things that compound. I'm wearing a bracelet right here that says consistency compounds. So my friends, stay consistent. Can't wait to see you on the masterclass coming up. And until next time, stay sharp, stay focused, and go crush it.